Hey everyone, it is our dream team meeting. And although we don't have anyone joining us live, I still want to give you the same great content. If you're watching the replay, definitely try to be on live because I do allow for questions at the end. So that is the best way to get great information that is tailored to you. These team meetings are meant to give you great skills, tools, resources, and inspiration to help you have a business that you feel confident about. And I'm really excited to be entering in the fall season. Fall is typically our best selling season. So I'm excited to see how well everyone is going to do. I think that this year in particular will be great because more people are trying to cook at home as prices are skyrocketing. We can really help people bring their grocery budgets down, help them cook in the kitchen, eat out less. So it's the perfect time, especially with school starting and sports starting, to be offering that for people. So today we are talking about bookings. So bookings are absolutely the lifeblood of our business. So it's super important that you keep on top of this. Without bookings, it can kind of feel like your business comes to a screeching halt. But this is something that if you are working on regularly, it's going to be super helpful to your business and help you feel confident. Whenever you have shows on the calendar, it just helps you feel like comfortable moving forward with training, comfortable moving forward with content, all that kind of things, because you know that you have something that you're working towards. So no matter what, set a goal for yourself to have a certain amount of bookings each month, and then make sure that you have those on your calendar by the 15th of the previous month is super helpful to me. So yeah, we're talking about bookings, and what we're going to kind of go over is who you're going to ask, what you're going to say to them, and why it's so important that you track this. So who are you going to ask? Now, I have found that your Facebook customer group is the best place to start because they already are getting to know you and your cooking style. They know, like, and trust you. And hopefully you've been active in your Facebook customer group and you've been warming up the audience to products and recipes and cooking tips. So they know that you have great content to offer, and hopefully they have some things on their wish list that you can help them get at a great discount. So those are things that are going to be in the back of their mind when you reach out to them to see if they want a booking, versus someone who might not have even known that you were doing a part, like you were with Pampered Chef. So your Facebook customer group is definitely, the best place to start. Your friends list on Facebook is, of course, another great place to start, especially if you have a pretty small Facebook customer group at the moment. So definitely go through your Facebook friends. What I like to do is just go to friends or go to my members in my group and just work through the alphabet. So like in the search bar, I'll just type in S, or I'll type in A or whatever, and then just see who drops down and just go from there, and just start reaching out. Of course, the other group of people that are always good to ask are your previous or your party guests. So anyone who's attending one of your parties needs to get a booking ask from you. You have to reach out to them. They're not going to come to you. You've got to reach out to them. And that's true in any case. So like, I don't know anyone who is in this business that gets bookings without asking. You have to do it. People are not going to come to you. So that would be fantastic. If we could figure out a way to make that happen, I will be the first one to let you know. But this is a requirement for having bookings on your calendar. So what should you say? Now, a lot of times when people are like feeling a little nervous about asking for a booking, the reason they feel nervous is because they don't want to come across as pushy. They don't want to bother their friends. They don't want to, you know, share that experience that maybe you yourself have experienced with someone who like didn't really like saw dollar signs when they looked at you, right? Do you ever, you like kind of know what that feeling is like when you can tell that they don't really care. But as long as you have that mindset of like, hey, this is going to be helpful for everyone, like it's just a great experience, everyone's going to get something out of this, whether they want to buy something or not, you can feel confident that you're not going to come across as pushy, especially if you are mindful of the words. So I'm going to help you with what to say. So whenever you are outside of a party, you might be tempted to like word vomit all over these people. I have seen like paragraphs sent out to people about bookings, and do not do that. Do not require someone to read. If they have to scroll to read what you send to them, they're absolutely not reading it. And not only that, but they're going to be like, girl, if I book a party with her, I'm going to be reading all day long. Like they are assuming that's going to be how it will be working with you also. So keep it short and sweet. Keep it to the point. Don't bait them into a like conversation just to ask for something. You just want to get right to the point, keep it super sweet, and also explain why it would be something that they're going to want to do. So let me give you an example. So I would absolutely do not say, hey girl. If you say, hey girl, it is over. You are not getting a booking. You need to put their name here. So you can say, hey Susie, I'm wondering if you'd like to host a Pampered Chef party. I just come out right out and say it, right? You could say, I hope you're well, or something like that too. It's totally fine. I hope you're well. I'm wondering if you would like to host a Pampered Chef party. People will be gearing up for back to school and fall. So it's a great time to share some kitchen inspo. What do you think? So I love this approach because it's not talking about money. It's not talking about selling. It's talking about providing great content that their guests are going to love, right? So they know that, 9 times out of 10, they know about hosting. And if that's something, if they're not sure if they want to host based on like rewards, they might say, hey, what's the host special? Or like, what's in it for me or whatever, if that's something that matters to them. But most people just want to like share a fun experience with their friends. So that's what I like to use when I'm reaching out for the bookings. So that's what I would do. Now, if you're inside of a party, meaning like, so Emily is hosting a party and Emily had 15 guests and you want to reach out to those 15 guests and see if they want to do a party also. This is something that I would send them, and I would send it in 2 separate messages. So it's also worth mentioning that anytime that you can connect with these guests beforehand through guest coaching, which is a whole other training. And if you connect with Mary Beth Knowles, our upline director, she's really good at that and can send you what she does. Also thanking people for ordering and things like that. Like if this isn't the first time, if it's the first time they're hearing from you, that's fine. But it works even better if they have heard from you, you've had a conversation going already. So I would say, hey Susie, thank you so much for coming to Emily's Pampered Chef party. I hope you found some great inspiration. I wanted to see if you'd like to host one of your own. Emily is 1 booking away from an incredible bonus, and we're approaching our most popular season. Want to give one a try, right? So this works really well. I tend to get some pretty good success with that. Now, what do you do after? So I want to reiterate to you that you should be tracking your booking asks. Anytime you ask people to host a party, it should go on a list. You can use a notebook. A lot of people have like a dedicated booking notebook that they use for this, which is great. I actually just use my notes app on my phone. And this works great because I can, can you see it? Anyway, and I number it. So I know exactly how many people I'm reaching out to each day. My lucky number is 26. So I reach out every day that I need some bookings on my calendar. I do 26 people, and usually 26 gets me 1 or 2 bookings and 1 or 2 follow up with me later, which is pretty good. So tracking is super important because just like I just said to you, then you understand how many people you need to reach out to get a certain result. And what's pretty cool is that number tends to stay the same. For whatever reason, if you like find that you reach out to 25 people or 26 people, whatever number you want it to be, and you get 1 booking from that, that's probably what's going to keep happening. And you could do things to raise that number up, such as being really present in your Facebook group, and things like that. So, yeah, all of that is to say tracking is super important. So like I said, you want to know who you reached out to on your list and when you reach out to them, because what you can do is anyone who didn't respond, you can circle back to them. And let me tell you, do not make the mistake of not circling back to people who don't respond, because you will miss out on so many bookings. A lot of us tend to think that if they didn't respond, that's a no, and that's not true. In fact, if it's a firm no or like a straight up no, they're going to tell you right away. Like they're going to say, hey, thanks for thinking of me. No, thanks. Cool. That's fine. However, when they don't respond, a lot of times what's happening is they saw your message and they were at a red light and then the light turned green and then they put their phone down and they totally forgot to respond. Or they kind of were like, oh, let me think about that for a second before I reply, and then just didn't, right? So there's so many reasons. Or my favorite is like when their kid gets on their phone, and someone messages them and they're like trying to play their game. And so they're like, forget that. There's so many things that can happen, and you just don't want to walk away from the conversation without finding out. So you want to circle back. And this is what I say when I do that. Hey, I'm checking back in to see if my last messages made it to you okay. No worries if you're not interested. I love to give them that wording just to say, hey, if you don't, that's fine, right? So sometimes they'll say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I like blah, blah, blah. And then they'll respond to you, right? So, and what you want to do is you want to be sure that you invite them into your Facebook party, no matter what. Honestly, you should do this no matter what, whether they say yes, maybe, later, or no. What you want to do is you want to end every conversation with an invitation to your Facebook group. Say, no problem at all. Definitely hop into my cooking group if you aren't there already. I share a lot of great content in there, and there are opportunities to join in my discount parties also. And then I send my link. I get so many people into my Facebook group this way. And just because someone doesn't want to host a party doesn't mean that they don't want to be your customer. We tend to make this mistake of like, hey, if you don't want to host, like, we're going to just let you go. No, 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 no. We still want them in our circle. So you can add them to they can add themselves to your Facebook group, and then they get access to all of your great content. And then whenever you go to do a shared rewards party or a discount party or a mystery host party, or someone needs an order and you want to throw that in your group, these are the people who are going to place an order. So I always want you doing that. And if they are in your Facebook group, you can say something like, hey, like, let's say that you message them from your Facebook group. So like, this would make no sense to send to them. I really like to say, thank you for your response. I hope that you'll continue to enjoy the content in my Facebook group. And I always say that because I want them to realize like, hey, I really do care about making this a group that is helpful to you and getting dinner on the table. So when you can share that with them, they're going to be more interested to check out what you offer in the future, if that makes sense. So then they might, again, like might warm everyone up. So this is really important to keep doing when you are reaching out for your bookings. So, okay. So I'm going to keep this meeting super short since, I'm the only one here today, which is totally fine. I know it's the end of summer and everyone is gearing up for school. I'm starting school tomorrow. I'm really excited for September. So if you have your calendar, like your new catalogs, let me know what products you're really excited about. I am so excited to try the pasta maker. I haven't done that yet. So Mason and I and Oliver and Annie are going to try doing that here really soon. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and let me know if you have any questions about our training tonight, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.